I'm not a cameraman. I'm not a technical person. I barely have one thought in my head. It's part of my charm.
No, it's not at all.
No, it's not at all.
Hey dolls, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 16, the finale. We made it to the end, and I am here through it all with my illegitimate drag daughter, Ms. Wilhelmina Boxfarts. How are you, Wilhelmina?
I'm super, Wilma. How are you?
I am fantastic. But before we get to it,
yes,
because there's lots to get to, I need to thank a couple of tipper-doos this week. Not to Nightlight and Pauline Moriarty. I love you both. Mwah! Now, what do we think of this whole season now that we're at the end of it?
I enjoyed this season. They tried some new things, and they brought back some old favorites, and there were queens to cheer on, and there were queens to loathe.
Yeah.
So there was a little something for everyone.
I loved it. Yeah, it was very entertaining. On one level, I felt like it went quickly, but then with the reunion, I mean, with the Lollapalooza episode last week, I realized, oh, there was a lot of stuff that happened. Like, I keep forgetting that Jules did a Lady Bigfoot for Snatch Game. God. So funny. Every time they cut to that, I'm like, oh, right, I forgot about it.
Well, I think I was so used to, like, Versus the Worlds and All-Stars that seemed to be much shorter seasons, so this one did feel like it kept on going.
That's true.
For a little while, it's like, okay, what? And then one of those seasons where, like, when is someone going home?
And there were some issues with it. Like, there were some, I just felt like there were some episodes where it was like, do we need to do that? Or couldn't we have sent somebody home this week? There were things like that. But all in all, I don't really think that there was anything about this season that I disliked outwardly beyond, Joella. So for the finale, we had an audience, but we weren't in a theater. We were on the main stage of the RuPaul Drag Race runway. And what did you think of that?
It was nice. It was intimate. I kind of missed the grand spectacle of doing it live in a theater, but also we have to recognize it's season 17 and people are not as excited anymore.
Well, so also people aren't going out to the theater, even though COVID's over and everything. People are still not really interested in, like, now it's a bad idea to be in large groups of strangers. So
well, I think the COVID finale kind of showed them as like, oh, well, people will still watch even if everyone's just at home on Zoom doing it that way.
Oh, so we don't need to pay for a theater? Oh, well, then let's not. And that theater, I mean, that main stage studio is huge.
They've made the stage bigger. They've made the stage more spectacular. They've shined it up. I thought it made perfect sense because it's not really about the audience anyways. It's nice to have some noise there. It's nice to have some people there to get that energy from. But it's not about you. It's about the queens.
That's right. And speaking of the queens,
category is Grand Finale Eleganza. All the losers had one more chance to sparkle.
Yes, and Lucky Stars went first, and I like this. If she had worn this for a runway, I would have liked it more. But for the finale, I felt this was a little too arts and crafts.
I mean, that is very much her aesthetic. It didn't look like a child's mural of space that exploded all over her. And she went, that looks good, but
I appreciated the elegance of the gown that it was all structured off of, but that's a hard thing to encompass, is the galaxy. And I think it was done as well as it could be, and she looked all right, but I kind of was expecting of all the queens for Lucky to really blow us out of the water.
Very much so. I'm very impressed also that you did not do a black hole reference. Joella was next in an ode to her mattress.
Sad life? Oh, no, sorry, her quilted category. I like this dress. She looked fantastic. Clearly, again, here's another queen who can have nice clothes, but didn't choose to for this season. At least it wasn't a leotard.
Was it a leotard?
No, she looked good, except for that padded toilet that she had to throw up in front of her face, which quite oddly suited her.
Well, she had to show us all that she has a real sense of humor.
Thank God, Mona was next. She looked stunning.
She's gorgeous.
God, when she paints like nobody else. It's very signature Mona, but I like how she uses the pinks. The wig was all blue and pink, very transcentric, and that gown with the cloud and the raindrops.
And the raindrops, and maybe there were tears, maybe there were raindrops. We'll never know.
No, and we don't care.
We don't care.
But yeah, she looks spectacular.
Yeah. Next down the runway, in a vision of black and white serving old Hollywood glamour, was Crystal Envy.
I was surprised that she was the fourth eliminated queen, because I realized that's the number she was eliminated on now, but it was the 6th episode.
Yeah.
But still, I felt like she had placed a little higher. I'm just surprised that she got eliminated so early. But that outfit was all about those gloves. She looked gorgeous. Well done for Chris Ivy. Here's another queen that I don't understand her. Acacia Forgot had the best dress on that runway, I think.
Gorgeous.
One of them, anyway. This was stunning. I can't get over that she has these looks in her dance bag. And where were they for the contest? Like, this is the kind of thing that you win a contest with. And I thought she looked spectacular.
Maybe she needed the time on the show to look at her aesthetic and realize she needed to crank it up. Who knows?
Do you think she did, though? Do you think she watched it and learned something?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
No.
She certainly didn't speak up. No. She did find Susie Toots' blush.
Her blush brush, yeah. No kidding. Yeah, like a fresh slapped arse. That's... Bless her.
Cora King stomped down the runway in a vision of pink and...
Black trim.
Yeah, black trim, big fan on her back.
She looked great. She looked great, but I was surprised she wore a brunette wig because she had said during the season the reason she doesn't wear brunette wigs is that it looks too pedestrian for her. She likes the blonde because it's more showcase, showgirly, and all that. But she looks spectacular.
She looks spectacular. And I'm wondering if she just doesn't know what the word pedestrian means.
Maybe. I think she thinks it has something to do with walking. That's not what we mean. Yeah. That's not what we mean. No. Ariete was next, and this dress was stunning, but who cares? I couldn't get beyond that face, because this is a drag competition, not cosplay.
Yeah, the dress was amazing, and I did not care about this cat face.
No. Also, the quilted hood, like the Red Riding Hood thing that was part of it, she looked like she had to hold it. It wasn't going to stay up. And that's a shame. When you're wearing like a finale-type outfit, you'd think that these queens would... Like, why isn't this, or what's the problem here? We need to fix that. Like, I would have had a conversation with somebody at some point, but no, she was okay to hold it and be distracting. Good for Ariete.
Next on the runway, Lady B. Collins, looking...
Grown up.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Almost symmetrical. Everything was almost sewn together. She did have a little bit of weirdness going on.
Whatever that was. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I wish it had been, like, looked more like a hat or whatever it was, because whatever it was supposed to be, I didn't get it. But from the left side, she looks spectacular.
Sweet little butthole.
Yeah, well, hey, whatever it takes. Another stunning dress down that runway was Lana Geray's one-arm bandit, whatever that was. Gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous.
Sparkly, and showed off her legs, showed off her limbs, and showed off everything.
Yeah. Without showing anything at all.
Without showing anything at all.
That's a lady.
The final loser on the runway was Susie Toot in a fabulous Little Shop of Horrors inspired ensemble.
I was so impressed with this. Because I thought those were her arms in front of her.
And you wondered what
I thought that the plants were just wired, and then they started moving. I realized that was her hands. And the only thing I hated about this was that one curl over her eye. It just... Something like that always bothers me. I feel like, did it fall there and you left it? Like, because she couldn't brush it away with her hands, you know? But I loved this. I thought she looked gorgeous. I loved that she was making fun of one of the worst moments she had on the season. And I thought she redeemed herself with her sense of humor. It was really good. And then it was time for the final four. Jules Sparkles went first, and Sweet Marie. If this contest was about what they wore for this final, that would have been the winner right there.
Gorgeous. She looked like Glinda the... Good Lord, how wide is that skirt witch?
Yeah.
She looked spectacular. She looked like a tiny little Ariana Grande, like...
Toilet roll
cover. Yeah.
She, like a princess cake with a doll in the middle of it. It was just ridiculously gorgeous, and she couldn't have looked better. Well done, Jules. If we were judging for the sake of who was going home, well, we are. So I'm going to give her a Fingerdoo. Gorgeous.
Speaking of gorgeous, next down the runway, a positively naked and glowing Lexi Love, looking like a Victoria's Secret angel.
Yeah.
With less clothes on.
Woodland nymph angel.
More flowers.
She just loves being naked, and clearly being naked loves her. And these wings, everything about this was just perfection. So, of course, I gave her a Fingerdoo because, she looked good. Speaking of looking good, Anya Nerve. Oh, This was a spectacular outfit. I love that it was brown. I don't think enough people wear brown. It also, the beading and the intricacy, and yet it still had a traditional vibe to it. And I just thought she looked gorgeous.
The ridiculous headpiece. Like, I had no idea what I was looking at.
No.
I did not care.
No.
It was gorgeous.
Fingerdoo, Anya. Well done.
And then last and, well, sort of least for me, it was Sam Starr wearing a classic Sam Starr outfit. Lots of stars all over it, but it was kind of subdued for your final runway elegance. I'm wondering if Sam Starr's luggage got lost or something, because that just felt like just a regular...
It was fine, but it was very simple. She wore better things down the runway. Her ugly dress was better than that, you know? And I just thought for, you know, a simple mermaid white dress with... I like the chains on the gloves as fringe. I thought that was clever.
Fringe was fun. Like, it was so cute, the big stupid hat.
She looked good. She did look good.
But I just was...
Yeah.
With all the looks that Sam Starr has shown us all season, I was just expecting something over the top and ridiculous for your final runway elegance.
Yeah, which is why I gave her a finger don't.
And also you don't like her.
Well, it's not that I don't like, well, it is. But I just also am used to her level of drag excellence. And I didn't feel this was it. So, God bless. And then RuPaul stepped out onto the stage and lip-synced to her latest song.
Good Luck and Don't Mute It Up from the album of the same name.
Yeah, she looked good.
Yeah.
I love when she performs, only because it's like you sit there and make all these queens jump through a hoop. I think you should as well. And she did a great job.
She got the biggest hoop.
Yeah. The dancers all look good.
Except for our favorite with the mustache.
Oh my God.
Someone did him dirty with his hair. I'm very upset.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is.
I don't know either.
I'm very upset. If that was your choice, I'm very disappointed in you.
Yeah.
And if it was not your choice, very disappointed in your hairstyle.
He looked like a Victorian muscle man from the carnival or something. Do you know what I mean? It was just a little weird, or a wrestler or something with a mustache. He was going
to lift a weight that said 1 ton.
Yeah, yeah.
Twirl his little moustache.
Yeah.
I've written some strongly worded letters.
Somebody needs to be told.
Yeah, as soon as someone licks a stamp, I'm going to send them off. The judges panel for this was Michelle, Carson Kressley, and Jamal Sims.
I love seeing Jamal Sims back, but where the hell was T.S. Madison?
Where's T.S. Madison?
She's been there more than Carson.
Where's T.S.?
Yeah. I hope she was busy. She double booked. She had
busy.
Places to be, people to see.
Yeah. So we found out the Queen's final performances were going to be solo lip syncs to their own vocal tracks. Ooh.
Which I like. I like that.
I love it. Yeah.
Because it's easy enough to lip sync to anything, but I like to have that personal touch too. Yeah. So, Jules went first. This was my favorite. This number of hers was my favorite. It was so funny. The slapstick, her slapping people and throwing her quick changes at people. It was very funny.
It was my, no spoilers, my favorite of all the performances.
Yeah.
By far. It was funny, it was campy, it was giving me some old school vibes, it was giving me some Ben de la Creme, which is high praise.
Yes.
And it was terrific. And she had some dance moves as well, so we got to see a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Best part about Jules' whole performance is that branded ting that she has. I remember the first time she was in the confessional on episode 1, she like ting ting as she was coming into the workroom, and she did one final ting, and because up until then I was like, this is going to get annoying, and then she did another one, and I laughed, and now I love it. And she, I'm so glad that she's associated that with her, because she certainly isn't the first person to walk in the room and go ting.
And I'm glad that I love her, because if I didn't love her, those dings would be very annoying.
No kidding.
But I love her a bit.
Ting. After Jules' after everybody's performance, Ru did a Q&A, which,
that's fine.
What would you say to your 5-year-old self? Who's here in the audience with you? Of course, Jules brought her parents, Chicha and her mom, and they looked like they were thrilled.
Yeah, Mom was a weepy mess.
Yes.
Chicha was tucked and up for anything.
Yeah, which is always nice to hear. Yeah.
No, this was fine. I did find Jules' answers were maybe a little bit pageanty.
Which is why I didn't enjoy that part of the contest. I was like, whatever. Lexi Love was next, and I loved what she wore to open this number. And were you surprised that she had roller skates on?
No, because she was floating in.
Yeah, because she, and that thing went straight to the floor, so I knew her big reveal was going to be her roller skates, which she did not disappoint. I liked her number.
It was very catchy. The second time I watched it, I was like, oh, I like this a little more, because I was paying attention to the lyrics. But the lyrics are all about her being an ancient crone. Isn't she like 33 or something?
Yeah. I guess in drag years that's old.
Drag years is positively ancient. It's like, look at this classic. Look at this ancient wizened drag queen.
No kidding.
With not a line anywhere on her body. The judges pretty much gushed over Lexi, as you would do, and we got to talk to 4-year-old Lexi.
I like that Ru clarified that they had asked Lexi if we could show her picture.
Because that's got to be awkward.
Pre-transition, it's. She also had her drag mother and I think her friend, was it?
Was it 2 drag moms? I don't know. Multiple drag moms.
Her community, the representatives were there, and they were thrilled for her, of course. Were they going to be miserable?
My favorite line of Lexi's, and possibly of the night, was when she talked about how she was just scissoring joy, and then acted it out.
Yeah.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
What a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it made me feel slightly sorry for Joy.
I mean,
but
Joy's had it too good for too long.
As long as nobody's being, scissored against their will, I think it's fine.
Safety scissors.
Yeah. Don't run with them. Anya Nerve was next, and she walked out onto the stage in a beautiful purple puffer coat dress thing, which she immediately removed during her number, and revealed a fabulous leotard, which she danced the hell out of it.
She did the hell out of it.
She sang.
That was the thing that shocked me the most, was how great Anya Nerve's voice was on the vocal track.
I think she's one of the few queens that, when that album hits, I might actually buy it, because she did a great job.
If I'm nitpicking, just crank up if the dancing was at a 7 and I wanted it.
True, because she didn't do much else during it. It was just a straight performance. But I have to say, I like that, because it let me know that she wasn't afraid to just do that. Yeah,
she doesn't need a bunch of tricks and distractions. She's good enough on her own. Yeah. Well done, Anya Nerve. Daddy Andre was there, of course, and her mom, Nanya business, and her very obvious drag inspiration, her mother, Nina. I can see why Nina didn't come in for the makeover, because it would have been too Anya Nerve.
No, it would have been too easy.
Yeah, too easy.
Last but not least was Little Sam Star. Now, I just want to say this off the top. I know this is a signature style of wig she wears, but I just didn't think it looked good with this outfit. So I was expecting there to be some changes in the outfit that would make the wig make more sense. And there were many changes. Yeah,
first because I did not like the original look. It just looked too bulky. I know it was a cover up, but it just didn't flatter her at all. I felt it aged her a little bit.
She's also a little short to be wearing something with that long a train. Yeah. Or to cover her legs up that much. She really looks taller when you can see her legs. But she got rid of that train fairly quickly, and the dancers pulled it out behind her, and it was her own red carpet.
Which I loved.
Yeah.
The top came off. She was a little gold number.
It was gorgeous. And then they lifted her, they twisted her, they flipped her. And then at the end of the number, I didn't think she was going to stick that landing. It looked like she was, one of them might have had their thumb up her butt just to hold on to her, because she seemed to be, teetering off. Just me? Is that what?
Well, maybe Sam was trying to get a thumb up her butt.
Maybe.
The dancer was fighting back.
Yeah, no, come on.
Get in there. I was kind of underwhelmed by this performance. As a finale performance, she did do lots of tricks, and the dancing looked very involved and complicated, and good for you, but the lyrics
were just seemed like a distraction to the lackluster effort.
It just took too long to get going. Once it got going,
it was fine. Of course, during the Q&A, she was fine because she's used to those.
Yeah, very pageanty.
Yeah.
Her mom was there. Her sister was there.
Sister is gorgeous. If that were my sister, I'd want to grow up to be just like her too. Wow.
So then we killed some time by bringing all the losers back on stage and showing some Untucked clips, some drama that I never saw.
Most of it was, because I don't watch Untucked either.
I don't watch Untucked. No. Although I did enjoy the excellent editing of Joella saying she's known for her opulent looks, and Jules just looking flabbergasted.
Was that what you're known for? But how many people? She needs to expand her coterie.
And then I need to look that up. Find out what that is. Having a wide coterie, is that good? Do you put some preparation age on that to shrink it right up?
No, if it's wide enough, it should take care of itself.
Oh.
Of course, the real reason they brought all of the losers out was to crown Miss Congeniality. And they brought the double winners from last season out.
Tsunami Muse and Saphira Crystal.
I have to be very honest here. I didn't remember them.
I totally forgot.
I had to watch the first episode of season 16, and the minute they both came through the work, I was like, I totally know who they are. But I blocked them. It's just, I think so much has happened since then that it's just like, I didn't know, but they both look spectacular.
They both look spectacular, yeah.
Oh!
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they handed the Miss Congeniality reins over to, did you have any guesses?
I did, actually. Right before they announced it, I paused the feed and looked at the lineup because they were all standing there, and the only queen that I could imagine anybody voting of these eliminated was Crystal Envy, because I remember them saying even during the where they had to do the mixed CD, where she was so helpful with everyone and very good at helping everybody get through it. And I mean, they certainly weren't going to give it to Ariete or Joella or Acacia.
Anya was not particularly congenial at times.
No, but she was also, I don't think top 4 should get nominated for it because they're already... I don't think
they should either. I don't think it's weird when an early queen...
Because that's how Saphira Crystal got tied for Miss Congeniality while she was standing out there in the top 4. Well, she was backstage, but they had to bring her out. And it's like, so she's not winning, is that what you're saying? So it was Crystal that won Miss Congeniality for season 17, and I think that was well-deserved. She got, what did she get? $10,000?
$10,000?
Well done, her.
From Olay Body, and then all the rest of the queens got a $2,000 tip.
Nice, nice. Yep. Well done, everybody. The fun part of this evening for me, because it was completely unnecessary, we didn't need to do it, but it is the second time that they've honored somebody this way on Drag Race. Ms. Liza Minnelli.
Liza Minnelli.
And she couldn't have looked more like Liza Minnelli if she tried. Now, I question whether or not she actually got her own leg up over the chair and if she brought it back down on her own, because it just kept cutting to her and she was moved. So I don't know.
I think she was taped in.
Yeah,
I was concerned with her. Like, Liza Minnelli's coming on. I was like, the last time I saw Liza Minnelli doing something, it was very uncomfortable. So it was great that she was just lounging in a throne and, being adored by the masses.
And Susie Toots cried.
Susie Toot was losing her mind.
Yeah.
Losing her mind.
So
I like the Ruse bringing out some more senior references for the kids, which is wonderful.
I think because they are giving us Lifetime Achievement Award is what they gave her. Rightly so. It should be somebody who's been around forever because they influence the nation. Yeah. And she even said, "I'm me because of you," and it's like, no, we're us because of you. Yeah. And then we had this very odd moment, because I forgot that this was going to happen, but they cut to Jane Goodall. Well, actually, it was Nymphia Wynne as Jane Goodall.
Jane not good at all.
No, and then I realized, oh yes, Nymphia Wynne won last year, so of course she's here.
So Nymphia hosted her own clip retrospective of her year as the reigning queen.
Yeah. And there were a couple of things that she did, like that one stylized banana costume that she wore with the face drawn onto the hood. Oh, stunning. She's such an innovative queen. She's
such an interesting queen. I had no idea she went to Antarctica
to
do drag with penguins.
Well, hey, somebody's got to.
Penguins don't tip.
No. Well, they have no pockets. They think they have pockets because they look like they're wearing tuxes, but they're not.
They're not.
No pants.
No pants.
Just saying. And then she came out in that dress.
That dress was spectacular.
Oh.
The clouds, the Asian clouds surrounding her. Gorgeous.
She is one of the few people, I feel, that is able to take traditional imagery from her culture without compromising it and yet make it incredibly fashionable and modern. Oh God, the mask on her, the headpiece, all of it, stunning. Well done, Ms. Wind. Just saying.
That's a tough act to follow.
Well, you don't want to follow a Windy.
Yeah. You're going to slip on all those banana peels that she leaves everywhere, just strewn everywhere.
Well, that was the other thing. She left a banana under everybody's seat.
You get a banana. You get a banana. Yeah, and then they had to clear out the studio because of all the fruit flies.
Yeah.
And then there were also flies.
And then it was time for the final lip sync. Ru was going to announce the top 2 queens, they were going to throw it down. So all 4 queens came out. And
what was Sam wearing? He was holding it together.
I don't know. She kept holding it in the back. It looked like a mesh bodysuit with a black dress over top of it. And and she had her one hand behind her. And
she was clearly, there was a wardrobe malfunction. Like this
or
was
something.
Supposed to be, clearly this was a cover-up that was going to come out off, I hope.
Yeah.
But it was like, I was like, she just kind of held it together and didn't look real pleased.
She still looked good.
She still looked good for the neck up. Yeah, Lexi was just a shroud.
It's so funny.
Mysterious lady.
And Jules was a cross between Zorro, Catwoman, and
Liza Doolittle.
Liza Doolittle, yeah. It was a lot going on. I was worried, too, because she was wearing all black. And that didn't do well for Ariadne.
And you couldn't see her face. It was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, so I was excited to see what she had planned underneath.
Me too.
But we had to see if she was going to make top 2.
Oh, gosh.
Well, she did.
She did.
And as they were saying goodbye to Lexi and Sam, and Lexi just looked so thrilled to be there. Lexi took off, it showed her reveals.
She did all the reveals. She took off the
shroud.
Veil, she took off the big banged wig.
So funny.
And then she popped out some wings. She
it's like a life raft, and instead of the raft, it was these bat wing things that shot out from. I'm surprised she didn't poke Sam in the eye.
I would have loved to have seen you perform in that.
I hope she puts a video up of what she had planned because, that was an incredible outfit. And again, I don't think we gave Lexi enough credit for her runways this year because I think so many of them were similar. But they were all gorgeous.
They were all gorgeous. Yeah, just because she had to train and wasn't wearing many clothes a lot of times. It doesn't mean
who's upset with her wearing not many clothes? Those that need to wear lots. Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah, the overly clothed.
Yeah.
The ugly.
I don't know why I looked down.
The bereft. What are you looking at?
Well, I'm not wearing anything, so I had to readjust.
Am I just imagining you in clothes?
Just from the waist down.
Are you not wearing any pants?
No.
Am I not wearing any pants?
No! You know how we do things.
Where did my pants go?
You have to leave them at the door. You know the rules.
Jorge.
The one thing that was nice was for their troubles. I mean, here's your hat. What's your hurry? Oh, here, take 10 grand with you as you leave.
Yeah, 10 grand to be a loser.
Yeah.
And then before the final lip sync, Ru announced that the runner-up was going to get 25,000?
But
which is
still,
only half of what the winner of the lip sync Lollapalooza got.
So the lip sync Lollapalooza, who is still a loser, gets more than the runner-up who made it to top 4? It's weird. It's weird.
The math isn't math.
Yeah. I will say this, though. I was so thrilled that Jules made top 2. I wasn't saying that she wasn't going... I expected her to, because I knew Anya. We knew Anya was a done deal.
I knew Anya was going to go through. And
I felt like Lexi also was right in there. She could have... There's no reason why it was one or the other, except that I was just so thrilled that it was Jules. She just seemed to be stunned by it. So
quite surprised.
Even though she was fully ready to do a gorgeous reveal number, it wasn't a sure thing, and good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah.
So Anya and Jules got to do their final lip sync to Lady Gaga's Abracadabra.
Yeah. I don't dislike this song, but I don't know if it's the best song for...
It's not my favorite song on the album, because I've been having that album on nonstop. But yeah, it was a pretty fun lip sync. At the beginning, I thought Anya came out strong. Lots of energy.
No tricks, no stunts, just straight up lip syncing and dancing. And that outfit was gorgeous. I mean, red from top to bottom with that bit of fur on the shoulder.
Jules got rid of her hat immediately.
Thank God.
Thank God. So we can see her beautiful face.
That was a lot.
But she was still kind of blending into the background with all that black. She had a nice moment with the parasol and, the raindrops falling down.
Yep.
But her number didn't really pick up for me until she started to do her reveals. And once the gloves came off and she had some white arms, I'm like, right, now we can see her. Yeah. And then she,
I'm surprised because that was a black catsuit. I didn't think she had anything on. It didn't look like there was room for anything underneath it. Once that was off, I could see her more. And part of me wishes that she had that on from the beginning.
Yeah, it really helped showcase her dancing. I thought she had more moves than Anya. I thought everything was a little more well thought out. Anya, for me, she kind of ran out of steam.
She did a little, that was a lot out.
She blew her wad off the top, and then she was just doing some, some gaga moves.
Gaga moves,
Fine.
And Jules was killing. She had full tilt boogie choreo going. And there was a moment there for me where I was completely convinced that Jules had stolen it from Anya. just based on that.
Yeah, because going into this episode, I'm like, you know what? This is Anya's to lose. They've been setting her up for this whole season.
Yes.
The judges loved her. Rue loves her. So I'm like, this is Anya's to lose. And at that moment, I was like, oh, did Anya lose it? Did Jules?
She had no reveals or anything, and even a wig reveal or taking the jacket off and having a different like there was none of that. But there's something about that that's very powerful as well.
Oh,
like I don't need it. So.
I'm just going to be me, and that's going to be more than enough to take this. I like that power. Yeah, I like that energy.
Yeah, so when the music was done, I don't think anybody was surprised that Anya Nerve was the season 17 winner of all times. Jules Sparkles, a well-deserving runner-up. I mean, she's going to be headlining Vegas because she won that. But either way, the whole cast, I think, really all contributed to making this season fun to watch, for me anyway. I know a lot of people have complained about certain things about it, but I always find when people complain about something, it's because they're invested.
Yeah.
And, you know, whether you were enjoying it or not enjoying it, you were paying attention. So, yeah, I thought this was a fun season.
Yeah, there was certainly that moment, you know, at the beginning where I'm like, it's because of the badonkadonk time.
Yeah.
And because that was saving people. I'm like, I am ready for someone to go home.
Yeah.
Like, it has been 3 episodes. No one's gone home. I'm ready for someone to go home now.
Yeah.
It just felt like that kind of made the season take a little while to get started. Like, I love it when no one goes home the first 2 weeks. So that you kind of get to know all the queens a little bit better when they split
up. But then
let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Then let's start
either one goes or two goes, but somebody has to leave. Yeah.
Or send half of them home.
I was so happy for Anya. I don't feel like Jules lost. She just lost the title, the crown, but she didn't lose. I think she really proved to the world that she's a contender. And I'm hoping that Jules shows up in an All-Stars for sure.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because when they showed her clips back, I was like, oh yeah, Jules was amazing.
She did a lot of stuff.
She had a couple of little stumbles towards the end, which I think is why everyone was...
Her roast wasn't great, but whose was?
Yeah. I think she was getting dismissed because of that, but I'm like, no, remember how great she was? Like, right from the beginning, that little Leche song was so stupid.
Yeah.
Her Lady Bigfoot was so stupid and brilliant and funny.
Hilarious, yeah. I thought she was going to steal the Snatch Game from Anya with that.
Yeah. 100%.
Also, she and Susie won their talent show episode. She was top 2 that week and not bothered by it ever for several many episodes after that.
Several many episodes.
That's right.
Several many.
But she is the little engine that could and almost did. So there you go. Season 17 done and dusted. Were you happy with the outcome? Are you thrilled that Anya Nerve won? What about Jules? Do you think she did better in the lip sync or no? What about Lexi? Were you upset that she didn't make top 2? Because I think it was a sure thing that Anya was going to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any insight into what the heck happened with Samstar's wardrobe this episode?
Yeah, I'm filled with questions. Yeah. Leave me a comment down below to let me know what you thought about the whole finale episode. And while you're down there, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't. These are the best 3 ways to support the Fingerdoo review. Of course, if you want to go that extra mile, we have the YouTube thanks button below if you want to drop a tip or do off. Also, I have my OG PayPal link in the description box if you'd like to leave a tip or do that way. There's also a link to my Patreon page where the Fingerdoo family meets twice a month for live chats, and a link to my Redbubble store where you can get Wilma merch, including the gorgeous Wilhelmina box farts designed by Larda Souza.
Beautiful crow.
Isn't that gorgeous? You can get this on cups. You can get it on magnets. You can get it on...
a tattoo, perhaps?
I ordered the shower curtain.
You did not.
I thought it would make a great backdrop. I'm just saying.
Oh, good. She's going to be watching you shower.
Yeah, so...
making comments.
So there you go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
And until All Stars, this us! Seriously. Yeah, I'm thrilled it's over.
Me too. I can't wait to get into drag. It's been a long time since I've been drag.
Yeah. I'm getting sick and tired of looking at you without makeup. You could wear jewelry at least. You could do something.
I guess next time I'll wear some jewels. This is just a birthmark very sparkly. I just put some highlighter on my birthmark. Thank you for drawing attention to my flaw.
Hey.
Singular. One flaw.
If I point it out, it's less of a flaw and more of a feature.
What is a feature?
Like your nose.
What? Look how big that nose is. Look how pointy that nose is. I've never been so offended by anything in my life.
Look.
Oh, you look so much better. Oh, you're gorgeous.
Boxman. Oh, Wilma. Please don't tell me anything more about this. I can't stand
Look
it.
at your tiny pinhead. Look how small you are. You go cross-eyed. I love it.